There was an article I read once about how being a waiter is more stressful than being a surgeon. The reason they gave was that a surgeon has a lot of information on the kind of job they're going to do. And before they take a job, they're able to assess the success rate. So when they go and present it to the person that is going to get the surgery, they're able to give them like a percentage chance. They also have a lot of prep time for it. Being a waiter, you know the menu items that you serve. However, you don't know who's going to come in, who's going to order what, when anyone's going to come in. It's just a total guessing game, and it can be very, very airy and stressful sometimes. However, there's one factor of hospitality that I find the weirdest, and that is the weirdos you encounter. Generally, run of the mill conversations you have with people are going to be small talk, but these conversations can take weird turns that you did not expect. Like, yeah, you can find yourself thinking, is that what your thought process is like? Is that how you normally interact with people? I've had a fair few of these over my decade in customer service hospitality, and I'm going to be sharing them with you. There is a bit of a scale. Like, you do have the fun weirdos, and then you have the outright crazies. So, fun weirdos, for instance, there was this one guy at a cafe I worked at who was completely harmless. He was just, I'm not quite sure if he was a little bit sort of special in a particular way. Definitely don't judge, but like again, he was a really lovely guy, and some of the interactions I had with him were just way left field, and I loved it. I hope he's doing well right now. But yeah, it was great because like whenever he came in, I was really entertained. I look forward to talking with him because I knew it was just going to be a completely different conversation than I get with anyone else. For every person like that, there are other complete weirdos. Some outright creeps, and they're not just limited to customers. Sometimes you work with these people as well. I used to work with this chef who was very creepy. The waitresses in the cafe felt very uncomfortable going up to the kitchen anytime food was ordered. So me and one of the other guys that I worked with would go up there. And I mean, just because we were guys didn't mean that he didn't creep us out. He was erratic, and he could either be laughing his head off or absolutely raging, and you could not tell what was going to come. There was this guy I worked with at another place. He was a coworker, a salesman, in the Harley dealership. He was sick. I loved him, but yeah, he was also pretty eccentric. He'd come in like just straight out of left field again. You had no idea what he was going to say, but still entertaining. He used to have half soy milk and half full cream milk mixed together. He liked the taste of it for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. Hope he's doing well though. There was this guy who was a destroyer of cups. He'd get a takeaway cup. So the interactions I had with this guy was pretty normal, except for the fact that he would get a takeaway cup, even though he'd sit outside my cafe at a table, and then he would like kind of push the top in and like mesh it around the edge and just leave his destroyed cup there, just like he was destroying the environment. There was this one lady I had who pushed her dog down in a pram. It was really sweet. Her dog had leukemia and couldn't walk too far, but still liked to leave the house. So yeah, this sweet, lovely lady would give her dog the biscuit. It was still pretty weird seeing a dog in a pram though. And then there's this guy who he comes into the cafe that I work at. He was engaging me in this conversation that was like about particular bands and how drummers own the bands because they're just like filthy rich. And I was just kind of really not wanting to engage this guy in a conversation, but I'm getting paid to be social and friendly. So I had to keep on going along with it. So, big tip if you encounter a weirdo and you're in a work situation, just talk with them. Just go along with them. Just agree. Don't try and disagree because it can make it even freaking weirder. But yeah, just try and keep the open end questions out there and try not to ask any descriptive questions because they will engage with you more. If you do find it gets pretty weird, just pretend you're busy. Just pretend like you got to go and do something. They'll pick up on that. Just break that rapport. Because honestly, Even just 1 second of discussion with a complete left field weirdo is 1 second too much. So yeah, that covers the weirdos. Tomorrow I'm going to be going over some pouring techniques, just little basics here and there. I've already covered it a fair bit in previous videos, but there's some fundamentals that I just want to go over because you can't go over them enough. Thanks.